Ah, hi there. Welcome. Come on in. Yeah, get yourself nice and comfortable. Thank you so much for replying to my ad and making this appointment. I'm very grateful. It's always nice to welcome a discerning new collector to my little antique shop. As I said in the ad, I have a selection of very rare and very interesting items going for an absolute steal. I am very, very keen to, I wouldn't say part with these because the right piece to the right collector. But I don't particularly want them in my collection anymore. So you will find I am more than open to negotiation on these items. How does that sound? Tell me, are you an avid collector? Is this a first time thing for you? What particularly excites you about the prospect of some slightly different items? Well, that's fair enough. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 items which I'm hoping you will be leaving with today. So if you're ready, I'm ready to dive right in and introduce you to these wonderful objets. Here's the first. What do you think? It's a wonderful old pottery jar. Take a look. Little rattly on the lid. But that's because of its age. Unmarked often means there was some sort of use for it that didn't require it to be, let's say, identified. But you could use it for all manner of things. Some might call it a burial jar. I call it a versatile container. Absolutely. Yes, it's in full working order. You can see the lid comes right off. Dust from storage. The lid. The one thing that I will tell you about this wonderful item is that it is definitely not haunted. Would you like to discuss a price for this one? As I say, I am very, very flexible in the price of this one. I'm sure it'll wash out. Not keen on this one. Okay. Well, in that case, for now, it stays with me. I mean, look, it has these little holes so that you could, for plants or okay. That's fine. You can stay with me, but shush. Next, how about this? Little pewter Edwardian salt shaker. Yes, it's an item on its own. There is no pepper to accompany it, but still a beautiful item. Needs a little bit of a clean, but you know, what do you think? Pleasant shape. And absolutely so. This one doesn't have a lid that lifts off. This one unscrews if you want to use it for salt. And once it's full of salt, you could use it to perhaps season your food, season your cooking. What a posh way to season your cooking. You could use it to create a circle around yourself. I've heard of doing that to keep yourself safe. Not from anything, but it's a kind of fun, witchy thing. It's all the rage right now. Well, what you would do is unscrew the lid, place in the salt, screw the lid back on, then it has these lovely holes in the top. So all you would do would perhaps not season your food with this. Let's just put this lid back on. There's nothing trapped in here. That one will be available in the next, perhaps, 48 hours, let's say. It just needs to go through one more process. I can post that out to you free of charge if you'd like to make some sort of offer on that one. Again, I am very keen to part with that one. Or maybe not, once it's had it. Would you like it? Okay. 0 for 2, but that's fine. If you're new to this, then that's fine. Okay. This one, we can't go wrong. Do you own an hourglass? 19th century French design. This one makes a wonderful sound. Have a listen. You can use this as a piece of art, have it on the mantelpiece, above the fireplace, but even in the kitchen to time your cooking, perhaps. A little archaic way of doing it, but beautiful, beautiful piece of art. What do you think? Sounds good too. Well, there's a story behind the sand. The sand apparently was gathered from outside of a French cathedral during a solar eclipse. Although, unfortunately, I can't verify that. But the reason it came to be in my possession was, well, because the previous owner may have gone a little bit mad. As much as they loved it, they seemed to think that time wasn't just running through in the right direction. We just don't know about that. But what do we think? A beautiful piece? Do you care to make me an offer on this one? An hourglass. With no anything inside of it. You can see inside of it. So I just flipped it back over. I can just wait for this to run out. Time goes one way. Time goes the other way. See? Sometimes scary stories are just that. Would you like this? I think it's rather pretty. Something feel a bit odd. Does it really feel? Yes, you're open off sitting it. Ja, lust op. Het slash als je roosje reeks. Smiamas. Ja, wat wij zoeken meer. Ja, nog zoeken meer. En dan rust zelf die ook zo niet. Maar voor gaat dit best versloos me. Even die als niet. Hier is niks te weer als een ding heb je net. Hoe zo. Zal go aan en op zit nog van hem hem zegt. Zie, hoe vriend. Niet die wil. Hop, maar wat rust die. Dus ik weet niet. We weten niet of we zijn zo meer. Dat ging er niet zien. Het valt hier zo snel. Ik wil nog meer. Nu zei weer zeg ik. Wat? Zo. Dus hij zei ja nee, dat niet echt. Dat zie je wat. Ja, forever nog heel een stoof. Hoe zo. Spelke lussen. Hoor die section er vier voor. Yes, I'm off the legs of it. Naast het niet happy roots. Wow. Wist ik nice. Is het nog zie. Of zie. Dingen wordt weer ook niet gehaald. Smaak niet gewoon meer. Niet in weer. Zie het wel. Zie het naar me. Zie het. Ze is weer. Silver myself in a whiskey. No sit and the osage, their fierceness, these neon. 19th century French design. This one makes a wonderful sound. Have a listen. What time do you make it? How long have we been looking at this? I mean, time does fly when you're having fun. The one thing I do know is it is definitely not haunted. Would you like it? No, I didn't think so. Okay. Let's go even further back in time then. This is a rather wonderful little find from my own private collection. This is a shabti doll. Have you heard of shabti dolls before? From the ancient world. Shabti dolls were buried with their owners, and they would do various jobs, work, things like that, in the afterlife. Ever fancied a helper for when you pass on? All I ask is that you take particularly good care of this particular doll. I am rather attached, however. It makes me a little absent-minded. Yeah. When I take it home, I'll often wake up in the morning. All the housework is done. I cannot remember doing a thing. And forever, I am losing the doll. I think I put it in the front room. It appears in the kitchen. I think it's in the bedroom. It's actually in the bathroom. Very absent-minded. But the cleaning is wonderful. But it preys on my mind. It's you might find, if you own the shabti doll, that you will dream sometimes that you are being buried alive. But the doll's there to help you through it in your dream, and he's always very respectful. But very respectful indeed. Take one more look for me, and would you care to make an offer? They're just dreams. Dreams are just that. Circle back to that one. Okay, well, if we are looking at dolls, how about something from the modern day? How about a little restoration project? I have here 2 little sailor dolls for you to take a look at. How about these guys? Aren't they wonderful? Oh. Hello, you two. This one likes to look at you, look. Such wonderful features. Oh, this one has the rope around his neck. 1 second. Be like the good sailor you are, so perhaps a little restoration project with these 2. And yes, the previous owners, well, the previous owners had begun the restoration project, but they were easily distracted. Said that they could hear these two talking to each other as if they're dolls. But they look super friendly, right? Yeah. They might have some nice, fun things to talk about. Could you see them? Sat on your pillow at home, snuggled up with these two at night. Imagine. Exactly. It's almost as if you can hear them talking to each other. But you can't. No. Because they're dolls. And they are definitely not haunted. Are you? No. And you're not either, are you? No. Would you like to make an offer for the dolls? Actually, I'm not sure they're overly keen on leaving. Let me argue that out. Well, with my conscience, which is obviously sad to see them go. Such beautiful, beautiful dolls. Okay. Some modern technology in my penultimate item. An old dictaphone with original cassette. There it is. Some old technology. Plays, records obviously, fast forwards and rewinds. But as it is old, sometimes the mechanisms will work independently of you. So sometimes you may hear it rewinding, recording, things like that, but don't worry. See, just like that. But it is fun. Listen. What a fun item to own. Hours of fun to be had. I'm available for a very good price. Take me home and have lots of fun with me. That one obviously didn't record. But as you can see, the possibilities are endless. No? You should just pop it on a shelf, a high shelf, away from other things, and just when you need it, or to remind yourself of something. No. Okay. One last item, and our appointment draws to a close, but I've saved the best for last. It's a very old and very wonderful doctor's bag, made of the finest leather, and it is showing its age a little bit, but in the antiques trade, that is not a bad thing at all. Take a look. Wonderful, am I right? And the back as well. This belonged to quite a famous doctor, famous for his experiments. And no, they certainly weren't illegal experiments. However, he was very ahead of his time, let's say. And so it's a piece of history to own, as well as an antique. And it gives off a very distinct feeling. And it's prepare the patient for experiment. Kind of a of its time type feel, you know? As I say, a wonderful leather, and make sure they do not stroll. I just think, you know, it's one of those things you could use it for work, books, things like that, storage. You might be a member of the medical profession yourself. What do you think? And anesthesia is not necessary. I love it. I've always got a really good vibe from this. What do you say? Shall I get one more look? Oh, it's in full working order. It does have some medical tools inside it. Oh, there we go. Just opens like so. Like any other doctor's bag. I think it's fantastic. What do you think? No, I'm not in the medical profession at all. Oh, well, I could see how it might make you feel like the good doctor. But at its heart, it's just a bag, so what do you say? Care to make me an offer? I can say with 100% certainty that that doctor's bag is definitely not haunted. So, I can't convince you then to take any of these wonderful items with you. Particularly that first jar. No? Okay. Well, thank you for coming along today to this appointment. Thank you for taking a look at some of my more interesting items. And if you find that any of the other items in the shop have followed you home, then please do give me a call and we can arrange to get those returned, or if you could pop them back sort of in business hours, I'd be really grateful. Is that okay? It does happen sometimes. Okay, well, you look particularly ready to leave, so I will let you go. But it was wonderful to meet you, and I hope that you will change your mind on some of these items. Remember, they're always here. So I hope to see you again sometime soon. Take care.